I do not like that the audio drowned me out last time. Screw that. Okay, we're looking good. Things are green, at least for now. Let's rock and roll on with the Armless Challenge, or the Beltless Challenge. Or as I like to call it, Arms Factory. What was this? This must have been solar panels. Yeah, it looks like we've got everything we need. With one exception. Now with music from Europa Universalis and other Paradox titles, because I think it's pretty. Oh, come on, don't do this to me, game. It hurts so bad. No, we're cool. Got it. That's bad that I have to do that. I'm sure there's a better way. We're not getting very much steel through, are we? I remember we had a really bad throughput problem the last time we had this whole thing going. So let's think about what we can do to help that. No iron plates are getting through here. What are they getting through to? Over here. But the problem is if I don't have them going up here, they aren't going down there. And there's nothing, I can't use splitters either, which sucks. Even just, not even for the belt, just the splitters. I may break the rule and use a splitter just because gotta load balance this shit. I mean, there's other ways to do it, of course, but I'm trying to think why some arms always get priority when they're facing certain directions. It's weird as heck. See, we're already in trouble down here. We're already going to have to move to new operations. And the downside of having smelting right near the mines is that you got to move your operations every time. What are we doing on power? Still bad. Still not doing it. And I'm still struggling to figure out what the fuck. Oh, that helps explain it. Man, how long has that been there? Sheesh. So far we're doing okay though on our supplies. There is something cool about watching the arms work. And again, I'm reminded of things like Gurren Lagann with... This is going nowhere. It's just going into... We probably should be grabbing. You know what I'm saying? Long-handed, long-handed. There you go. It gets taken here. But then what happens? It gets passed along. Don't get it. And it's doing this weird thing. I could probably just do this for a little bit to get it going. Like manual insertion is, the goal is to not have any manual insertion, but there's gonna be some jank that you just sort of have to expect from a situation like this. We'll do what we can. Wonder if the audio should go down. Just to compensate. That's why we do these live streams. These are working though. Let's think, what do we need now? We have tier 2, we have steel. This is exactly the point I'm at in my other produce stuff and chill stream. Although it's tough to do this. What's really good? Pollution being contained in this cloud is it's handy. What's our power usage? Huh. We're using less power than we would normally with belts. Probably because I have less machines making stuff. For instance, things like lamps that I would normally set up production for, like there's out of the fucking question right now. It's just, it's not happening. We dare not. We'll have oil processing soon so we can do that. I mean, yeah, we are making assembling machines, allegedly. What's not getting through? Okay, here. But then I won't have enough. Why is none of this getting through? Why is it not being grabbed? Also, of course, keep in mind that at any moment the inserters could just decide to wig out too. Honestly, I'll just put copper plates in whatever needs it for right now. Oh. And I'll try not to bump the mic. Probably a plan. Alright, let's see. Right down a little bit more. I have no clue as to the volume levels, but I don't want to get drowned out. Soon enough we'll have oil processing, and then we'll start stockpiling steel. Bet I could make more smelting, and it would be a good idea. For instance, just through here, we could already start pulling back on our stuff here. Takes from here. Oh, so that's not necessary anymore. The fuck? Wait a second. This goes up here. Oh, I see what's going on down here. So densely packed I can't figure out my own machinations. Now, if we take the thing from up here, we have no need for this whole thing, right? Like, this passes this way. So all this stuff can be picked up safely. Not care in this world. Of course, we could just move the mines. Probably a smarter idea. But right now, let's just make this simple. Miner. Just do this. There we go. Still feeding ore there. Now what we do is furnace here, and just pursuit. It's gonna be tough to do too many of these in a row. Because it's just not gonna get passed down properly. This one was relatively simple and painless. Music is from a lot of Paradox games. My standard streaming music. This sure looks like it works. Although not right there. No, it doesn't work like that. Gotta use the longer range to make it happen. There we go. Productive members of society. Yep, it's going out. I feel like the music is getting louder. Because what I'm doing is making it quieter. I could also be getting quieter too. Yeah, just here for some light. Okay, we've increased iron plate production. See, that's the problem. Then iron plates are not getting over here. They've got to grab from this thing. Then nothing gets through. We've got to switch over to fastened girders. Sneezing. There we go. Just right here at the contentious point. Now there's enough to go for each. I guess this is our fucking half-assed version of a splitter. Because at least then some is getting through. Even if the priority ordering is, there's gonna have to be some manual switching of these things. Solar panels are kind of important given that they don't rely on fucking inserter arms. I may just for the moment decide that you may only use steel on this. Just to get some of that shit going. Big resource thing ahead. That'll be good forever. Like this patch will run out fast. Fortunately, there's plenty of iron on the map. So we need oil industry next. And God, what else? What are we working towards right now? Electronic circuit. Iron gear oil. Dare I? Because let's see here. In order to continue... Such a visual jumble. In order to continue... What we really want... Let's see here. Skip one. You're in this situation. What if... Here, then we can do it by an uneven amount, like... But it still ends up being this. Okay, what if it was like this? There's gotta be... I figured out a way to handle this earlier. I just need a sideways one. That'd be perfect. Ways. No, because this won't work. That's right the space where it needs not to be. I did say this challenge would only go as far as I can get. Now, honestly, I am shocked I got it to tier 2 shit. I am astounded that this even began to work. I'll just start solars there. Shouldn't take too many solar panels to start making a real difference. We are making them now that everything else is disabled. My god, look at that steel. Okay, how do we make it stop this? Getting past... Actually, I suspect the way we make it stop this is by removing the buffer here. If it doesn't have a buffer, then it just stops. There we go. Yeah. So buffers are a bad idea when it comes to resources of that nature. Because normally you rely on the buffer to stop. So without the buffer there, things will get backed up and work a little more properly. Or without the chests specifically. The idea is to get it backed up. Are we putting belts into chests anywhere? Not that can be done very easily. Wait a second, we don't need belts in chests. I just remembered. Our honor code. Okay, gear wheels aren't being produced. Why aren't gear wheels being produced? What's the holdup? They're being used on this shit. Don't bother for the moment. Just pass it along. I mean, it is a lot to expect from these gear wheel factories. I wonder... Yeah, we can get a bit more in there. Oh my god. That one, look at how that one change lit up the entire grid. Like a symphony of arms. Good time for the coronation to kick in. My opinion, anyhow. This might be a good time to learn circuit things and like wires, and you know, when this is done, pass it around. That might be good. Everything's just kind of going. See stuff. Of course, we're getting a much bigger power usage when things are actually producing. That is only to be expected. There. Got that wrong. Look at that shit. bit of this. Things are looking good. Victoria 2 music is kind of fitting. I said earlier that Paradox music is a little unfitting for this game. That's not true. We've got, you know, Industrial Revolution going on. Is there anything we can do about this? At least it is getting through now. That's way better than not. What if? I wonder. Did this. We did this. It gives first priority up there, but we'll pass up there if it's totally full. It does feel like using trains like early, like getting up a rail network early will be an extremely good idea for this campaign. Because anytime anything has to be moved any distance, like in normal play you can run a giant belt. It's not the smartest idea, but you totally can run a belt across the world. There's a certain point where the arms just can't do it. But even so, it's probably a good idea to get the basic oil stuff down first. Okay, this way it'll pass along quick. Of course, then everything is choking because it doesn't get enough. What's up here? Circuitry, which is important. Stuff is going though. Oh my god, I picked up some belts at some point. Critical. I can only assume my character is like a religious person who just hates belts. Sees it against their way of life. So there we go. Now we're getting the steel going. Oh yeah. The long arms. It feels more efficient, but for high volume stuff like material, like resources, it's probably better to have fast inserters the entire way. All this is pointless. I mean, we can just keep the line going this way for now. Although I do wonder, given the fact that belts will not be able to run, I mean, after a certain point, there will just be too much throughput demanded of this belt. What if we mined resources from these areas, smelted them in their own areas? There's no fuel, that's the problem. Could we do it off solid fuel? Run an entire smelting setup just off the solid fuel we make from oil? I've never tried something like that. Because then we wouldn't need to connect these two. It could be a separate section of factory doing its own thing. like separate towns making different things connected by rails. That is so not how I play. I play one factory. How my religion taught me. Could start working on the oil refineries too, I suppose. That's weird. Something is very loud in my ear, but I can't. It's not coming up on the stream. So it's probably fine. Yeah, now we're getting it through. Oh man. That's some steel right there. Oh my god, we're getting backed up. Oh, that's so nice. Very well then. Let's make some bullets too. It will be permitted. Piercing mags, just in case we're attacked. I really don't think it's likely. Honestly, I'm gonna loot these things. We need bricks. Bug. Okay. We need to keep calm and carry on. What's the best way to get... We do not actually have all that much stone around. Deposits up there. There's just no coal in this area, which is unfortunate. I think we're gonna need to jank something up to get the stone bricks necessary to proceed. For instance, I think I made too many furnaces. Oh well. We only need this much, truly. Although we will need walls eventually. Let's have it going. This is more stone than could be needed. That's not true. A lot of walls eventually. When the biters finally notice that we're here, they are not going to be happy about it. They're going to want us to fuck off their land. Quite understandable. It's just a shame we have other plans for this planet, old boy. The Emperor has something special planned. Okay. Maybe putting the pole right there was a bad move. There you go. This should only be a regular arm. We're not gonna have fuel to put in this thing. Not running the coal all the friggin' way. I'm not setting up some elaborate thing for stone bricks. Even though we're filling it manually, it's gonna suck. If I put like 100 coal in it each time, it should be okay. That'll do for now. Just so we're storing it. There we go, and I'm not going to set limits on these chests, I just want as much as possible. Especially for right now, for our purposes, binary. Alright, it's good that we've started that. It'll need more, but that's okay. Right now, what we need more of is steel. What are we doing on solar? Almost as much from solar. Yeah, we are really kicking that into high gear. Which is nice, at least half the time our power needs are met. And not off much either. One thing I guess you could say would be an advantage of this setup. I'm pondering other games to stream. We've got a bunch, you know, Aurora 4X, Banner Saga, XCOM. Do some classic XCOM action. Or god, XCOM 2. I played so much of that. Never did a proper series. Mainly because my computer cannot handle that. Passed me by. Yeah, we're fine for bullets for now. And eventually for wall production. But we won't set that up just yet. Because we actually do just want the bricks. There may be a little bit of background noise. Hopefully the music helps with that. Pass it along. Come on. There we go. We'll have fluid handling soon enough and we can start on that. God, I hesitate to think about where the fighters actually are. We'll know when they start attacking us. We've been lucky so far. No, that's not quite what we wanted. That's not limited. That's bad. Glad I noticed that before 10 hours had passed. Okay, now what's the problem? Not getting iron up there. God damn it. What if... There's a little bit of free space here for stuff. What if we simply looped it? It should fit. Now it will just be a loop. But if it gets totally saturated, you know, maybe we'll get some shit going. I think that'll be good. I mean, loops in general are a good idea. The heck? Oh. Okay, what is this? Oh, I get it. Yeah, things are weird right now. Ooh, suppose we could get the steel furnaces going, but I don't really see how that would help. They're not really the source of the issues here. I wonder. Right here, this intersection. I think that might be it. We did it like this. Then it gets passed around. Anyone who needs it will grab it, hopefully. Kind of. I don't know. I should look up strategies on how to do this sort of thing. We're just kind of going as we go along. Yeah, that looks like it's working. It's working alright. Got a nice loop going. Things will grab stuff when they can. But is it actually getting anywhere? Good question. Like, it's fine if you can do this forever. But then will things be grabbed off it? What if we reverse the priority things are given? So that, for instance, or just maybe like this? What about like this? Doesn't seem like whether an inserter is fast or not actually gives priority. And sometimes things will grab and sometimes they won't. I desperately wish I could understand. This is so not how the game was meant to be played. And it's fun to kind of test, you know, how far could we possibly go before things just do not function? If we can get to oil and trains, we could work something out. But it will be weird as fuck. I don't get it. And sometimes it does go through. I mean, when it works, it really works. This seems to be getting fed. There we go. Just in case. I've got a feeling. Okay, copper will go on. This looks like it's uneven with this, but it's not, unfortunately. That one's no-go for passing on iron. Gotta think. How do I pass on the iron in a way that's good? Could be right here. Okay, assume here. That sure looks okay. Does it work? I think I made a miscalculation. This one right here. What the heck? That was the wrong one to take. Yeah, we're having slight issues with power. As you can see from the lights, oof, that's a concerning effect. Okay, we can do oil now. And presumably make it into shit. Alright, we need pump jacks too. There we go. Something nice and simple to start out. Why not take from right here? We're already polluting here. We know the trees cover this area pretty well. Okay, so things are taken. Things are subsequently moved north to the storage tank. From the storage tank, things are also moved north. Then they're spread out like this to make my life a little easier. Ah, oil industry. So intimidated by you, like many aspects of the game, but the fact is you just gotta do it a lot. Until it stops being scary to you. This even leaves room for future expansion to advanced oil processing. Okay, hooked up there. Now, what's good? None of these are good at all. They're miserable. I have terminal depression because of that. Lol hope. Damn it, I relaxed too much and now I can't actually read the numbers. I'm like leaning back in my chair, trying to chill out. Factorio, I don't know if it's a game to chill out or not. It certainly has a trance-like quality to it, doesn't it? Let's underground pipe just so I can get around. Okay, this should go for. Probably a lot worse idea than my normal setup. But we'll do what we can. This looks good. This looks like we got all the things. Let's fire this whole thing up and see if I'm right. Always the most fun part of any day for me. Okay, phase 1 going. Pouring the crude oil into this tank. Now for part 2. Not quite close enough, but that's okay. We'll live. Again. I wonder why it's only this. Alright, it's going. Okay, why isn't this going? Is it just because there's so little production? We can kind of address that. Let's say these aren't worth it, but feels like all the oil wells had their yields significantly reduced, but their longevity increased so they don't run out as fast. It's a trade. One I don't particularly mind. Now we can kind of run both refineries at once and make sure everything goes. Alright, yeah, we're making oil. Be a while before we hit sulfur though at this rate. That's irritating. We need to figure this out. Or just keep manually inserting like nerds. And we're exhausted. A bit more up here we could. Oof. Ugly. God, if it can mine multiple products, would it just get one of each? That's ugly business. That's ugly as fuck. And... how do I have private messages? Messaging. Who dares? I don't know, stupid things. An hour. Did some streaming. Pretty much exhausted. I see you, fishy. We can do land now. We can build land. It is within our capability. That's if the... You'll always be shocked, you know, what takes down the whole grid. A little too far on the water. But then it's uneven. And welcome to real hell. Well, fortunately, buildings that are multiple things wide will help. Bet I could do the same over here. Yeah, it's just a bit roundabout. There you go. Just get that last little bit. Our production of steel plates is really and of course it could be possible we just don't make enough steel plates for all this. But this seems like an inserter product. Maybe if we saturate this whole network so that nothing can be moved. But the problem is it's on a loop, so it will never stop. Maybe the loop is making the problem a lot worse. What if we stop the loop entirely? See, then it takes from stuff, because when it gets backed up. Because of this weird grabbing priority, only filling up a buffer will let you make things. You know, come to think of it, that's kind